gentlemen, and everyone in between. I'm your host, Masker, and I'm here to talk about Pressure, a Roblox horror game. Oh, shut up, character that is made by me and also sounds like me. Well, Pressure is a different kind of game. It's inspired by the SCP Foundation, Ultra Kill. We'll come back for that one later. And Doors, another game on Roblox. It may look the same, but it does them things right or better. So how about we start talking about them? In Prussia, you are a prisoner who escaped their punishment, and now you are working for a company called Urban Shade. Don't get happy though, because now you are in a facility that is worse than you could have ever gotten. You are an expendable and you are not expected to return. In the game, you are thrown in a one-way submarine to a facility base underwater. Now, Pressure does horror right by making the atmosphere hopeless. You're stuck underwater in a broken base sent just to collect data and vessels. In a place full of unknown dangerous creatures, you're a prisoner who might have returned with the information inside the facility. Everything in the facility is either broken or completely destroyed. Some areas, like the gardens, would still be creepy, or big warehouses that house some of the small creatures that can be found as models that have descriptions under them. The music is very, very well made. It could be either calming or scary or straight up fire. Remember what I said that Ultra Kill is gonna be mentioned? Yeah, that's what I mean by that. The music is really fitting and it doesn't feel out of the game. The sounds of the broken machines and the scary ocean ambience. These are either low or mid, so you're probably gonna feel a bit uncomfortable, but then you're gonna hear this. The monsters in this game has the best underwater creature designs I've ever laid my eyes upon. Since you're very deep in the ocean, the monsters are either have been mutated or were never meant to be seen by you. Now, I'm not gonna really talk about the gameplay that much, but holy, the encounters are really terrifying in the game because the game becomes more difficult the more doors you open. So encountering them really makes you leave everything you are doing to avoid them. Most of them will appear throughout your playthrough. Some will try to rush, some will try to hide in closets, some will try to get your attention, and some will wait for you to not check behind you so that you can get beaten up. So, if everyone here is either trying to kill you or cripple you, does that mean that no one here is to help you? Right? If you had to tell me what's the most important things in horror games, I would say safe areas. These are areas where the enemy cannot reach you, a place where you can save your progress. Sometimes safe rooms usually use calming music to make you feel ease. When you reach door 50, a vent door will be kicked, and you will hear this.
You
You meet him on door 50. He will welcome you and tell you that you can exchange data for items. These are gameplay related, so I won't talk about them that much. But there's one specific item that is important, and that is Sebastian document. After buying it, it will need you to finish your run. So after that, let's read it. Z-13- Codename: The Saboteur. Previous codename Handyman. Real name Sebastian Soulless. Is to be killed on sight without hesitation. C-13 is incredibly dangerous. Caution is required if encountered. Despite his size, Z-13 is incredibly nimble, allowing him to quickly outmaneuver and flank operatives. It should be also noted that Z-13 is currently in possession of our experimental portable scrambler, meaning that any all CCTV, radio, and other communication equipments will be rendered offline and redacted by a redacted stat radius of his presence. Operative must conduct a communication check with HQ every 5 minutes to ensure they are not within the range of the scrambler. If HQ cannot be reached, operative should remain on high alert for a possible ambush, whilst attempting to check in as often as possible. After finding the effects of anesthesia, Z-13 pretended to succumb and woke up, and unguarded during transport, he killed elite guardsmen, name censored, acquiring his high clearance keycard, and proceeded to release as many monsters as possible from their containment cells, causing a site-wide lockdown. Before stealing and reconfiguring the experimental scrambler, CCTV captured Z-13 trading stolen items for research finding from EXR-P expedition party members. His exact motivation remain unknown, but encrypted radio broadcast and Inconvention Inc., Blockstop, Dialog Labs, and Pinewood suggest he is gathering confidential urban shade information to leverage a way out with a rival organization. Although uncertain if continuous trade with upcoming parties, it is highly probable. In early 2015, by the way, the game takes place in 2025, so this is 10 years before the events of the game. Z-13 was selected to be part of an experiment to give human gills using DNA stands from a blue whale, an unknown creature, a sea snake, a great white shark, a female anglerfish, a silver spyfin, and a mantis shrimp. Whilst the experimentation was a success, C-13 gained the ability to breathe underwater. The obvious visual and bodily side effects left much to be desired. These side effects were quickly ironed out and refined on future test subjects, and the new gill procedure was quickly applied to all the guardsmen working at the black site. The initial periods following the experimentation are the optimal times to reserve physical side effects, but this was not deemed necessary for Z-13. Due to his LR/P status, his monstrous appearance, characteristics, and abilities led to his classification as a Z-13. After this experiment, seeing no further use for him in human testing, Z-13 was assigned to underwater equipment maintenance. In late 2015, it was discovered that Z-13 had not killed the 9 individuals he was accused of, that an innocent man had been wrongfully sentenced to death. Despite this revelation, it was decided to inform Z-13 to release him to the public, as he legally declared deceased. At this stage, reserving the mutations was no longer feasible. as the opportunity to do so had long passed. However, his rank was changed to MR/P, providing him with better living conditions and access to recreational programs available to Mr. P. Under no circumstances can Z-13 allowed to leave the black site alive. If any operative encounters Z/Z-13, they must abandon their previous objective and, as Mr. Shade himself states, shred their mags until their trigger finger bleeds. Now, in the game, Sebastian doesn't pick a side. He will help you, but not for your own benefits, but his own. He's the person that started it all. Why would he help you, though? Now, I would like to mention that. Do you remember what you are giving to him? He would do anything for the data that you are sent to get by Urban Shade. Sebastian works for one person, but right now we don't know anything about him other than he works with Sebastian. So I won't talk about because I literally can't. There's like no information. All you need to know that is Sebastian should not be trusted, and also voiced by Gianni Matrograno, the same voice actor as Gabriel from Ultra Kill.
Things may be hard, but I'm harder.
Pressure is one of the best Roblox horror games to exist on the website. I highly recommend you to play the game. It's free and you should try it at least once. I was your host, Masker, and see you in the next one. Peace.